The town I grew up in had a very peculiar rule. You were never, ever supposed to look up at the sky. We were told it was for our own protection, a tradition passed down through generations. Our parents would scold us, teachers would drill it into our heads, and the town elders would watch with knowing, solemn eyes. Keep your gaze to the ground. Where you are safe, they'd say. We learned to navigate by the cracks in the pavement, the roots of the ancient trees, the way shadows stretched and shortened throughout the day. We knew the earth beneath our feet intimately. Every pebble and every fallen leaf. The world above was a complete mystery. A blank canvas we were forbidden to paint. We heard things, of course, strange, melodic chimes on windy nights, or a soft, humming sound that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. Sometimes, on the quietest evenings, you could see a strange, shifting luminescence reflected in the window panes of the houses across the street. The reflections were never clear, just hazy pulses of greens and purples dancing in the glass. The older folks would quickly draw their curtains, muttering about the colors, and the watchers, they never explained what they meant. Curiosity is a powerful thing, though, especially for the young. My friend Leo was the most curious of all. He'd spend hours staring at puddles after a rainstorm, trying to catch a glimpse of the forbidden blue. He theorized it was a giant dome, a protective shield keeping something out, or perhaps keeping us in. Others whispered it was because of the birds. We didn't have any birds in our town. Not a single chirp, not a single feather. The elders said they'd all left long ago, but they never said why. One day, Leo vanished. He didn't run away. His bedroom window was wide open, and his favorite telescope, the one he'd secretly built from scavenged parts, was pointed straight up. No one spoke of it. His parents just boarded up his room, their faces etched with a grief that was deeper and stranger than mourning. They just kept repeating, "He looked. He looked." That's when the fear truly set in for the rest of us. It wasn't just a rule anymore. It was a matter of survival. We became even more diligent, our heads bowed, our eyes fixed on the dirt pots and cobblestone streets. But Leo's disappearance planted a seed in my mind. What did he see? Was it beautiful? Was it terrifying? Was he taken? Or did he simply ascend? The questions haunted my waking moments and filled my dreams. I started noticing things I hadn't before, faint, geometric patterns in the dust, almost like circuits, strange, metallic dust that would sometimes settle our rooftops. Shimmering when the light hit it just right, the humming grew louder, more insistent. It felt like a song I could almost remember. I began to wonder if the rule wasn't to protect us from what was in the sky, but to stop the sky from noticing us. What if we were an experiment, a farm, a collection? The silence from the adults was the most terrifying part. Their complicity, their shared, unspoken secret. They weren't just following a rule, they were upholding it with a desperate, primal fear. I decided I had to know. I couldn't live in this half-world any longer, governed by a fear I didn't understand. I waited for a new moon, for the darkest night of the month. The air was still, and the town was blanketed in a heavy silence. The humming was a low thrum that vibrated in my chest. My heart hammered against my ribs, a frantic drumbeat against the quiet symphony of the unknown. I walked to the center of the town square, my shoes scuffing softly on the stones. My entire life, I had been taught that this was the ultimate sin, the point of no return. I could feel the weight of generations of fear pressing down on my shoulders, whispering for me to turn back, to keep my eyes on the familiar ground. But the thought of Leo, of his open window and his silent telescope, pushed me forward. I took a deep, shaky breath, closed my eyes, and tilted my head back. For a moment, I just stood there, feeling the cold night air on my face. Then, slowly, I opened my eyes. It wasn't a dome. It wasn't empty. And it wasn't the stars I had seen in forbidden books. The sky was, watching me back. It was filled with them, countless, silent, geometric shapes, shifting in a slow, hypnotic ballet. They were vast, blotting out the stars. And from the center of each one, a single, soft, unblinking light was focused directly on the town, directly on me. And as I stared, one of them began to slowly, silently descend.